Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about how Alan Ritchson should play either Victor Creed, aka Sabertooth, or Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, in the MCU. So, I was thinking about, since the X-Men are coming and everything, they're gonna need some actors and actresses to play these roles. And so after Alan Richardson beat the crap out of his neighbor, I thought to myself, hey, he would be a great Sabertooth and everything. He's like 6 foot tall or 6 foot something. He is stacked like a house. And he plays a really good character who has like a temper and everything. And like technically the last three, I should say, live action Sabretooth, because we had the first one in the X-Men movie, then in the Wolverine origin movie, and then the Deadpool Wolverine one. I think they got a different actor, I believe, for that one. And honestly, none of them have really done it for me. Although the one from X-Men Origins, he had a horrible look to him because he didn't look like Sabretooth, but he acted like Sabretooth. But I didn't like how he was a bit of an anti-hero and stuff. But he had a pretty good personality as Sabretooth. And for the most part, his face kind of looked like him a little bit. He just needed more hair and blonde hair and more of a cat-looking motif. Now, in the original X-Men movie, they made him look like a full-on cat. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm digging that look and everything. It's translated on over the animation many times. And, Alan Richardson, he has played like lots of tough guys in the past. He was Hawk in Titans. He was Aquaman in Smallville. And of course, he's Reacher now. And the dude just has that temperament to him. He's scary. He's ferocious. He can whoop your behind both on screen and off screen. And it's just like, I think he will play a really good Sabretooth. Plus, you need an actor who's gonna be Sabretooth, the tower over Wolverine. No more tall Wolverines. We need a short guy, 5'3", 5'4", something like that. Because Sabretooth is supposed to be intimidating and everything. He's not supposed to growl like he did in the first X-Men movie and be Magneto's puppet and get made fun of all the time. And in his second appearance, he's not supposed to be no anti-hero. And then in his third appearance, he's not just supposed to have his head chopped off and let that be that. I mean, Sabretooth needs his due. You know what I'm saying? And I really truly believe Alan Richardson could play that type of role. He's just used to playing jerkish, tough, bad boy type characters. And that's what Victor Creed is, like the ultimate bad boy and everything. Now on to Cyclops. I've been thinking about this over and over. He is a little bit too big to play Cyclops, but he's tall enough. He has the chiseled jawline. He has the looks. When I think of Cyclops, and I've seen many iterations of him, I always assume Cyclops is more like, a preppy guy meets a militant guy. And that reminds me of the Reacher character. He's militant. He boyish a little bit. He's not really a prep, but he has boyish type charm to him and everything. He doesn't take crap from nobody, and you need somebody who can go toe-to-toe verbally with Wolverine, but not toe-to-toe as in height-wise. Once again, he needs to tower over him. He needs to intimidate Wolverine to where Wolverine feels like nobody's going to intimidate him. The only problem with casting him is Sadie Sink. Who is she in the MCU? Is she Jean Grey? Is she Typhoid Mary? Or is she somebody else who hangs out with the Punisher? Nobody knows until that Spider-Man movie will come out. Personally, I do not want her to be Jean Grey only because she's so young and I think she's pretty short. Jean has to be tall. Not only that, but I want adult X-Men. I wouldn't mind an X-Men evolution type style, but you know, it's like just give them their own spinoff or something. But you know, I want to see adult X-Men in like the MCU. So if she is Jean Grey, there's no way an Alan Richardson can ever play like Cyclops and everything, you know? But then again, what the heck happened to that universe Monica Rambeau went to? See, it should have been Carol Danvers to go to that alternate reality. Why? Rogue. Rogue bad girl touches Captain Marvel, absorbs some of her powers, flight, strength, you know the rest. And so like I don't know why they didn't do that. Also, those X-Men that we saw in that universe, I'm kind of curious, would they be the permanent X-Men for the MCU or not? Or are they just another variant? But then, of course, there's Doomsday and Secret Wars. And supposedly, Secret Wars is supposed to reset everything DC Crisis on Infinite Earth type style, which is a very lazy way out of it. Oh well, only time will tell. But yeah, I think he would be a really good candidate for like Sabertooth and a pretty good Cyclops. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.